This week on Outdoor Oklahoma, it's an encore presentation as we take country music stars Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert paddle fishing in northeast Oklahoma.
Say 70. We keeping it? I mean, that's up to you. Dang. Nah. Get a replica. He said it.
From the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, Outdoor Oklahoma.
Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. Before Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert were as big country music stars as they are today, we had the unique opportunity to take them and a couple of their friends paddle fishing. Here in Oklahoma, we have the most liberal paddle fishing regulations anywhere in the country. And the reason is because we have more paddlefish than anywhere else in the world right here. This unique fishery, which is primarily Grand Lake and the streams that feed into it and the tailwaters that run below it, is like no other in the world. So today, sit back and enjoy an encore presentation of Outdoor Oklahoma with Blake Shelton and now his wife, Miranda Lambert, as we go paddle fishing.
Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert are country music stars, and they also happen to live in Oklahoma. They both also love the outdoors. And Blake Shelton's known our former recently retired assistant director Jim Edwards since he was just a little tyke. Jim and I spent a bunch of time fishing for paddlefish up in northeast Oklahoma. Well, Jim started sending Blake some text messages and pictures of these paddlefish. And the next thing you know, Blake said, man, we called and said, we've got to try that. So Jim Edwards, myself, and Greg Duffy, our retired director, all got a chance to go with Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert and a few of their friends and band members up to northeast Oklahoma to chase spoonbills.
Dang, I thought we'd never get here.
You look like an angel.
Good to see you. What's happening? Nell?
He's the boss.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. What's happening?
Glad you guys could make it.
So do you need a paddlefish permit?
Yes.
And Edwards is overall. I'll get you hooked up.
Okay.
Can
you spot me the money?
I can spot you the money.
For a paddlefish license?
This is one time.
Okay. I was trying to explain to Rob and Miranda on the way down here that there's no way they can possibly understand what they're going to catch tomorrow.
No. Did you get that?
Most people don't even know that they exist.
Email I sent you?
I've got you blocked, your calls and your emails, so that you can't bother me.
I sent you.
No, I didn't get it.
Of course, Blake and Miranda have a real busy schedule, and they weren't able to get into our little fishing camp there until pretty late one evening. And Greg and I decided we'd have dinner waiting if we could, and we decided to cook some hamburgers and just hang out a little bit and visit with them. We were actually staying at Sycamore Springs Ranch. Sycamore Springs Ranch is in Locust Grove, and Jerry Rush is the owner of Sycamore Springs Ranch, a very avid outdoorsman himself, very interested in conservation. Assisted our agency with a number of events, including a really neat youth event that we've done up there at his place. And Blake and Miranda, they got a chance to look around, got a chance to visit with some of their friends. Tom and Jackie McMillan live up in Kansas, have a ranch and hunting outfit up in Kansas.
Paddle fishing only in Oklahoma, right, Jim?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
There might be some other word, but it's not here yet. That's the truth.
This is the.
Probably their
probably anything like this anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Is this the highest population of them?
You know, we were all pretty excited about getting out there and getting fishing, and Blake likes to tell stories. He was telling a bunch of his hunt.
Hey, I started to tell you we got 4 turkey kills on film at the house this week.
Paddle fishing today. Is this legal?
What's the name of this river?
There it is.
Grand? I thought it was in Neshobe or Nescobe or Scobie.
The Ocho?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. You just call it
I'm glad you guys are in control
They call it
of the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife.
it's the Yamcho River, but when it comes out of Grand Lake,
It's the Grand River?
the Grand River.
Until when? Whenever?
down to the Arkansas vertical where it ends. Down at Muskogee. That other town that you went to. Yeah. You lost your life.
Well, they're not going to catch themselves.
We got up early to do this. Go fishing.
He cracks me up.
Well,
Well,
I don't think they're going to be jumping in the boat. We're going to have to go find one.
You know, there's lots of great places to paddle fish in Oklahoma. Caw, Grand Lake, Hudson. We were actually up at Fort Gibson. We put in at Choteau Bend Recreation Area and went up to an area they call the Low Water Dam. And that's where the fish were right then when they were able to go on this trip. That's where they were most concentrated.
Look here.
you already got it?
Oh, you got have a seat right there.
Got one? Can we get it? Down here like this.
However you can make it work. You're going to pull up.
We've been here, what, 2 minutes, 1 minute? We got 2 fish on already. Miranda's got one.
I forgot how to do it.
Hey, you know, we've been talking it up pretty good and telling them how exciting it was and how fast the action can be. And sometimes you just got to be ready for whatever the day throws at you. And here the anchors hadn't even hit the bottom of the river, and we've got 2 fish hooked up. Miranda's battling hers. She actually broke with a reel broke while she was trying to fight that fish. And Jackie, she was a real trooper, loved to fish, did a great job. Everybody was really excited at this point because, I mean, we haven't been there for 30 seconds and we've got 2 fish on.
Miranda, come here and get this one.
We got a bunch of boats.
It's really ain't like normal. You go back there where you were and sit down. I'm about to make television history.
Okay.
You ready?
You gonna get 2 in a row?
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
And fish jumped all the way out of the water.
You know, there were a lot of fish there that morning, and everybody had a chance to hook and fight and land their own fish, and Miranda broke 2 or 3 reels. Jackie was one of the first to actually get one to the boat.
Keep you out, keep you pulled back. Hang on. Yeah.
case it takes off.
You started yelling at me like I did something wrong. You flipped me the bird, and then it was gone.
Wow. Whoops. Let me get
Somewhere, there's a big umbrella casting shade over.
Congratulations! Thank you, Nels.
You caught it all by
I
yourself.
did. I mean, I thought that was a 100-pound fish.
Hang on, let me get my camera.
At this point, Jackie's husband, Tom, has lost 2 or 3 or 4 fish and has not got one in the boat.
Well, I'm going to stop screwing around now, and actually, I wasn't trying before. I mean, it takes more skill to dodge the fish and not hook them. That was probably a 30-pounder. That was probably a little male. They get a lot bigger. They get, you know, here where we're fishing, they're going to be up to twice as big as that on a big female. But, and don't tell the fish that, because they fight like they're 100 pounds. Just have a basic treble hook. That's an 8/0 treble hook. We're going to tie that to the line, and then we're going to tie a weight on. Important thing I'm tying a hook on is when you get done tying this hook, you want the line to come straight out the bottom of the hook, like that. Because what happens is the line actually hits the fish, and as you're pulling it, the line hits the fish and lays on the fish, and then you pull, and then it hits the fish.
The first time and the second time that we took Blake, he would catch 1 or 2 fish, and he would want to keep one. I gotta take one of these things home and eat it. Of course, once you keep a fish for the day, you have to be done. So we're like, no, don't keep that one. That was a little one. He's like, oh man, this is huge. I'm gonna keep this one. We're like, no, I'll throw it back.
Woo!
Got one! That's what they filter through that plankton with. That's how they eat. They catch little microscopic. Pull that thing out there.
That's a good one.
Ooh. Yeah.
Hey, Miranda, get up there on that.
Are you gonna keep him?
No.
No, he can't keep it.
Why?
Can't what?
You can't keep that one.
They want you to catch a bunch. They want you to suffer before you can keep one. You all right? What happened now?
Funny bones. I want to get one now.
Right. Man, this one came right in. I've got a feeling when he gets here, it's going to be something. Oh, man. That's a stud there.
What a luck deal. You pull that fish right
On a prison farm in Georgia.
Look, man.
Well, I've been here.
That's the biggest one I ever caught there.
That's a big fish. Big female. What it is.
You sentenced me to
She wore female. I touched her. Does that count for late record?
I'll raise a
You
down
better get over here.
Got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail. He's a four-legged tracking machine. You can't get city or sell
Gosh, that's a huge one. You have to keep that one.
Say 70. We keeping it? I mean, that's up to you. Dang. Nah. Get a replica. He said it's the new record.
It's gonna be the lake record.
Lake.
For real, yeah.
They've never registered a record here.
So he's kind of like first one in.
First one, but they're starting it this year. Hey, that's my first lake record of anything. You want to catch a giant paddlefish? Come to Oklahoma.
And the Wildlife Department has just started the lake record program, and we're going to take length and girth and weigh this fish. So this right here, this paddlefish came in as a lake record at Fort Gibson Lake.
No. I don't want to be done, but I do want to rest.
You do want to.
Pumping away, I think. Oh, Jimmy! Zion!
He's got a good coming. It's just coming straight at him and running. Look at that. He's running up the tree.
That's a big fish. Raise up and I'll take your picture while you're reeling him in.
What's it like to catch a paddlefish? You know, it's not like crappie fishing or even bass fishing. It's combat fishing. It's in the trenches. Something probably will get bruised. You might break the line and fall right out of the boat. You never know what's going to happen, but you're in for a big-time fight, and that's what makes it a life experience. It's a fish of a lifetime. It's deep-sea fishing in Oklahoma.
Look at there. It's not even wrapped.
You're doing good.
Freaking whale.
Don't let go your pole. I thought it was going in for a second.
You gonna touch him?
You know, set back down, was that better for you? Look at him, he looks like a professional.
Hey, Shelton.
I saw, what did you get, a shad?
I got the lake record, brother.
Hey, throw that out there and let it set on bottom for a minute. See if you can get a big flathead.
Rob's going to trade the camera for a fishing pole, and Blake takes over as cameraman and does a better job than catching the fish, actually. It's been a real pleasure to have a chance to be with a number of people who've caught their very first paddlefish, and you can't imagine, you know, how a lot of these folks never caught a fish this big, never seen anything like this, and it's just an electrifying experience. One's very gratifying for me to have a chance to have been there and be there while they experience that.
Yes! That was awesome. Thanks.
Oh, it's killer. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, paddlefish are a really unique fish. They're a prehistoric fish, 60-million-year-old species. Found in Oklahoma. They're a native fish, and they're native to the rivers of North America. Oklahoma is home to the largest population of paddlefish in the world. We have the most paddlefish, the biggest densities of paddlefish, and primarily found throughout that Neosho River system in northeast Oklahoma, but also developing populations at Lake Eufaula and Lake Texoma and the Red River. They're a filter feeder. They have gill rakers where they actually filter out plankton or microscopic insects and organisms. And it's amazing that they can get to be 60, 80, 100 pounds, and they eat basically microscopic. They eat things you can't even see, and they get to be 100 pounds. That's in and of itself amazing. No bones in the body. They're cartilaginous like a shark, and just a really neat fish.
Fish on. You break my record, I'm pushing you in. Paddle fishing in Oklahoma is by far the most exciting fishing that I've ever experienced.
should be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for people to come from all over the world to paddlefish here in Oklahoma, and we live here. We ought to take advantage of it. You know, Blake and Miranda are really busy people, and what I take heart in is the fact that they made time to do this, because they said that looks awesome, it looks like fun. We're going to make time to do it, and if they can make time to do it, it gives me a lot of confidence to know I can make time to do it.
That's spawned out.
On somebody, why don't you run? Oh, Reggie G. Get my lantern,
Hey, Jim.
get my gun.
Time to go. Huh? Time to go. You see the water falling?
You know, Blake Shelton's been to our Wildlife Expo and helped us publicize our Wildlife Expo, and Blake and Miranda both, I think, deserve a special thanks, and they deserve credit and recognition, because in today's day and age, a lot of celebrities, you know, they're not always real out there with their personal activities, and here's one where somebody could criticize Blake or Miranda for being a hunter or for going fishing, but you know, Blake and Miranda are just like you and me. They love the outdoors, they love to get outside, they know it adds to their quality of life, and I want to say special thanks on behalf of the Wildlife Department to them, and I want to thank them personally for going out there and being advocates for hunting and fishing and getting people outdoors. Thank you, Blake and Miranda.
Nobody but me.